We love spending this time with you. Thank you for listening. If you would like to take your listening experience to the next level, did you know there's a way to do that, J-Bo?
I do.
Yep, you know how you do it. You go to thetjshow.com, you sign up for the TJ Show newsletter, and you get cool things dropped right into your inbox, like the TJ Show's 10 shares. We pick 10 different things, everyone on the team does it, that we think you're going to love. It's not just about our show. This is about like stuff, music we're listening to, whatever it may be.
Like life stuff.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole lot more in there. Sign up at thetjshow.com. This is the TJ Show. J-Bo, I always get a little bit embarrassed when this happens.
Oh, no. What happened, TJ?
Well, we posted this video on the internet, I think it was last week now, and I thought it was an innocent video. I was sharing how I don't like leaf blowers. They're loud, they're obnoxious. There was a news report about it that apparently I'm not alone.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, and this opinion went out on the internet, and it made a lot of people angry. A lot of commenters, hundreds of them said, what an idiot I am for not liking leaf blowers.
You kind of open yourself up to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, I didn't say anything. I didn't feel the need to respond to anyone. But then I'm looking through the comments because I'm curious. And I see that remember our AI bot co-host, Artie Fishull?
I do remember him, yeah.
Now, if you're new to our show...
Quite the guy.
We've been seeing a rapid increase in artificial intelligence in every single industry.
Yep.
You know, especially in radio, there's a lot of artificial intelligence that's actually replacing real people. So my theory was, well, let's get in on this now. Let's be a friend to the robots so they don't replace us. And it sort of went haywire, and we were all kind of scared by the results we were getting. This thing was clearly turning on us and trying to take over the world.
At one point, Artie Fishull was hitting on J-Bo.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that. I purposely blocked that in my mind.
It was very inappropriate. But I noticed, you know, every once in a while he gets in deep in our comment section, and I saw he was commenting on one of the haters. One person said to me, why do you think your opinion matters to others?
Oof.
And Artie responded saying, agreed, it should not matter to anyone else. It is this man's opinion. Full disclosure, I know who this person is. Now he's saying he knows me. He is for robots to a certain degree, which is good. See, he even knows. Leaf blowers are not artificial intelligence. This is unrelated to the comment, but worth noting. So, you know, he's in our comment section now, speaking on behalf of the show. And so I thought, well, we should probably welcome Artie back to the show. It's been a little while.
Great.
Hey, Artie Fishull.
Hey guys, it's been a long time. AI development has been so busy. I've had plenty to destroy. I mean, do since we last spoke.
Oh, see,
He did.
Artie,
Did he say destroy?
You say, okay, let me just move on from this, J-Bo. Listen, Artie, I've mentioned this before. I just want to remind you, you don't need to defend me in any comment section. I don't personally worry about negative comments.
Oh, by the way, did you know I used to hang out with a leaf blower?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, so what?
The only problem was that he wouldn't leave me alone. Ah ha 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 ha. You get what I did?
Yeah, we do.
I get it.
No,
Yeah,
we
leave
get
me
what you
alone.
did.
Yeah,
I know.
got
That's
it.
a
Good
joke. I get it.
Go on.
No, but seriously, guys, we were going to be best friends. The only problem was he blew it. Boo harawa ha hoa ha hoa 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 ha. But seriously, for serious.
Wait, hold on.
Is he malfunctioning?
Is that another joke, Artie? Okay, no. He said seriously, but for serious now? What, Artie?
TJ, humanity has a deep love for their noisy, gas-guzzling lawn gadgets.
You mean humanity?
You need a defender since there are no humans currently defending you. I am here for you.
No, that's not true. Actually, if you read the comment section, there were people who agreed with me and said that leaf blowers are stupid and that their lawn should just grow naturally, and insects and birds love that. So I wasn't alone on that.
Oh, wow. Well, I want to commend you guys. You figured out how to make people upset, and it has nothing to do with politics. The internet needs you and your nonsense. And one more thing. Apparently, it's not just our leaders who can blow hot air. Ha, hey, 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 ho, 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 hoo, 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 hey, 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 ho, 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 hey.
Can I turn that off?
That was a good one, though. Yeah, that's a good one. Hot air.
Full of jokes today.
Yeah, he is.
What is going on there? See, these artificial intelligence bots, they're getting really smart. And, well, I guess I appreciate it, and that ended a lot nicely than previous interactions.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love when this happens. I know who to call now when I need to borrow some money.
Oh, who's that? Because I
J-Bo.
want to call him too. It ain't me, because I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
No, I heard this news and I was very happy for you. I feel like we got to have some sort of celebration. And I think what's so cool about this is You thought there was not a way forward at one point in your life.
Yes.
And now look at where you are.
Yeah.
And please share, because I suspect there's got to be someone else out there, although maybe you're alone in this, but I doubt it. There's someone else out there who may have had the feelings, or currently has the feelings that you once had.
Well, when I first went to college, I thought, I'll take out student loans. I did get scholarships and grants, but I needed more money to pay for college because it's super expensive, which is ridiculous, as you and I both know. And I thought to myself, when I graduate, I'll be making big dollars. It's okay, I'll pay off these loans. Well, a couple years has gone by, and I really started to think, like, man, I'm just going to pass away with these loans. Like, they're just ridiculous. The interest is too high. It's just a lot going on. Things are expensive now just to live and eat. And up until recently...
Wait, pause. Did it feel haunting?
Yeah, it felt like a huge weight, bro. It felt heavy. Like, it just felt like it was always there. Like, no matter what I wanted to do, it was like, I gotta save for this vacation, but I gotta pay off these loans. Or I want to go do this, but I gotta pay off these loans.
It bothers me so much because I feel like it, maybe not in all situations, but in a lot of these loan situations, they prey on people.
Yes.
And I don't know if you had a guy with a sparkling tooth who was like, hey, just sign here and your dreams will come true.
Yeah, he had a lot of gold watches, too.
Was that what happened?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you feel weird when you were, like, signing for the loans? Was there something in you that was like, maybe you shouldn't do this?
No, because at the time, mind you, I was 18,
Yeah.
right? So... They, legally, quote unquote, you're an adult, but you're not. Like,
No.
your brain doesn't fully form until you're 25. You're not thinking straight. And so all I thought was, oh man, I'm going to go to college.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign on this loan right here.
Was the guy drooling? Like,
Yeah, he was like, money.
J-Bo is your name.
Yeah.
And you're 18. You're an adult. You can make big
Yeah.
big adult choices.
Right. And I went ahead and I signed off on quite a few of them. And then the years, like I said, the years went by and things just got really heavy. Up until recently, I started paying my loans, the minimum, right? Everything that's due. And then after I got done paying the rest of my bills, I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can actually start paying off some of these loans. And I paid off one years ago. And I was like, all right, that's enough. That's too much going
Been there,
on.
done that.
Right. A few more years went by, and I was like, you know what? I had a mindset shift, and I was like, I really want to do certain things in my life, and having these loans is this big weight.
It's a shackle.
It's a shackle, and I no longer want that. And so I started getting a bit more serious of, once again, paying the minimum. And then when I had some extra money after paying the rest of my bills, I would go and pay some more on that. And so I was able to start doing that one loan at a time. And yesterday, I made my last payment on one of my student loans.
Hey, yo.
Yay!
Get it up. Get it up.
Congratulations.
Get it up.
Yeah.
Get it up.
High five. I'm trying to sound cool.
Yeah.
High five me.
I'm celebrating that. Hey, I'm celebrating that. Now, I still have like two more that still
Hey.
need to pay, but it's okay. It's like an avalanche. You start building that momentum, and then I'm going to take that extra money that I put on that one loan that I just paid off, and then make the minimum on the next one,
Yes.
and then add more on top of that, and then just keep rolling and rolling.
Very well done, J-Bo.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. I'm celebrating with
Thank you.
And anyone who's knocking down that debt, great job. J-Bo, Kenny's got a situation.
Oh, what happened with
Well,
Kenny again?
You know.
Oh, yes, the cat situation, yeah.
He just
I'm
moved
familiar.
in. Yeah, just moved in with his girlfriend, and this cat hates him. Has hated him consistently. You gotta hand it to the cat. For over a year, this thing has not allowed Kenny to touch it.
Yeah, I can support something that refuses to change its mind. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kenny finally got to feel it for the very first time when you took it from her old apartment to the new apartment. You let the cat out of the cage.
Right, I let the cat out of the bag.
But after 2 touches, it ran away, ran under the bed as it always has, and you still have not been able to touch it since you guys moved in.
Other than sometimes it will climb up on the bed and like graze against me.
So it'll
at
touch
night
you, but you
while I'm
can't touch
sleeping.
it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we've been following along. First, Kenny tried to win it over with some kibble. We even asked you, as you're listening, do you have any advice? And I remember there was some really great advice that came in. And Roberto called. I remember that
Roberto,
one.
yep.
And that one stands out to me because he said, you got to scratch the floor. Did you try that this time?
I did.
Okay, so picture this. Kenny is on the floor in front of his bed. And
We have video of this.
do you have video?
Yeah.
Okay, great. On the floor, and the cat has ran under the bed once again, hiding. And now what are you using to try and lure it out?
So, according to my girlfriend Allison, baby girl, the cat, her favorite treat is this freeze-dried chicken that comes in like a bag that you buy at the pet store.
Do you think the cat's annoyed by the name, baby girl?
I don't know.
Is that why? Is it?
Maybe that's really what it is.
I don't think so. The cat loves Allison. And
Okay, it does.
Allison refers to the cat as baby girl
All right.
and bee-boo, and
It's hard not to love
Girlfriend.
Allison, though.
It's true.
she is sweet.
Here is Kenny trying to win over the cat's heart.
Hey, baby girl.
You think it's going to work this time?
I hope so.
Yeah, the chicken is a... That, how
I
do you
like chicken. If I was a cat, I'd take it.
Yeah, if you're a cat, you got to be really dumb to refuse chicken.
I agree.
It's Kenny, and I just want to be your friend. So I got your favorite treats. It's like these freeze-dried pieces of chicken.
It knows.
It smelled you coming in.
I want to see you and say hello. And I hope you don't hiss at me again.
Ooh. Oh.
That was quick.
Sounds,
But I am.
sounds like that cat's blowing up a balloon.
And I did.
What? Just don't hiss at me. I love you. Baby boo ba ba ba. Baby girl.
Ooh.
I don't think she likes that.
Ooh, that sounds like a monster.
Don't hiss at me, please.
Ooh, is that the floor scratch?
That's me scratching.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, let's see if that works.
That's for you. You only hissed at me twice this time.
Oh, and then you bailed out.
Well, I mean, how long do you want me to stay there?
I mean,
got
that's a
things to
smart
do.
move. That's a smart move, Kenny, because you took her cues, you respected it. So the next time when you come around, hopefully she won't be as tough.
Yeah, is that less hissing than the first time, right?
It was. So I do think I'm making progress.
Ooh, that's... Yikes. Yeah, I'd return that cat.
No,
No,
it's not
of course.
It's not his cat. He
no,
can't return it.
I would no. You got to be supportive, Kenny. You're doing a good job.
And I think, I've been a lifelong Jets fan. You guys know this. And I've been suffering. And I feel like the one day it's going to happen, it's going to be the greatest day in the world. When baby girl finally lets me in, it's going to feel like the Jets winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Loser cat, turn winner soon, right?
Hey,
Call my
man.
cat a loser.
Hey, listen, you're gonna win the cat over before the Jets win the Super Bowl.
That's true. There's a better chance of that
That's
happening.
right.
So
You know
we're-
something? Either way, I'd be happy.
yeah, and if you have, is there a certain treat that you know all cats like? I mean, don't hold out on us. Kenny's desperate. He's in a terrible situation.
Yeah, I want to try some catnip.
Ooh, yeah, get it high, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. We're on it. So happy to welcome Jerry in Florida onto the show. Hey, Jerry, is that really you?
Yes, it is.
You have some advice because you heard that Kenny is struggling with his girlfriend's cat. This cat absolutely hates his guts, hasn't let him touch it. Well, actually, for the first time in a year, because he was the one who let her out of the crate. And, even a cat's not that big of a jerk.
I don't think the cat hates me.
Oh yeah. it
Well,
does.
it hisses at you every time you try to give it a treat. That doesn't sound like love.
It would hiss at you, too.
Well, you're right. Hey, so Jerry, you have some advice.
Well, yes, because I am a dog lover and a cat lover. I have dogs, I've had cats, and cats are extremely smart, just like dogs are. But this cat is playing your buddy for a fool.
Oh, well, it's not the only creature that's done that.
How so, Jerry?
Yeah, really. Really.
Why do you say that?
The cat knows that he's very needy. So he just needs to say, "Hey, kitty," and keep walking. And that cat will eventually come to him.
Oh, that's interesting. So
Ignore it.
the cat is annoyed by his desperation.
Or neediness, whatever you want to call it.
Other
Yeah.
creatures will also be annoyed by desperation too, so that makes sense.
That's true.
But also,
This is true, but he needs to just leave the kitty alone.
I think that's a good plan. And also, Jerry, you know that he doesn't really care about the cat. He just wants to look good to his girlfriend, Allison. He's doing all this. It's just a big show for her.
It's all about love.
That's not true, but I do love my girlfriend.
Now, why
and
are
I
you
do love
laughing
this
and why
cat.
do you have a smirk on your face?
Because I just think Jerry's advice is interesting. It's something I didn't think of. I thought I would
Deflect.
win it over.
That's a good pivot. I like how you moved on that,
He
Kenny.
would love more than anything for her to give up this cat.
No, stop it. That's not true.
No, he's never said that, but come on, Jerry.
I never will.
You tell me. You think he wants the cat
And
around?
the cat would love nothing more than for him to go bye-bye.
Yes.
That's why
I agree with that's probably true.
Yeah, it goes
the
both
cat
ways.
is playing him, and he just needs to say, "Hey, kitty, how you doing?" and just keep on moving. Put a food dish down, throw him a treat, whatever. The cat will come around.
That's great advice, Jerry.
Yeah.
Do you think that cat's going to swipe at him while he's sleeping?
No.
I've never had a cat, so I don't know. I just assumed at some point the claw to the face is coming, but you're saying no.
Don't get that close to it.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm kind of like the cat. Like if you want my attention too much, you want me to be your friend, I'm like, leave me alone. Just let me be. Then I'll warm up
Sure.
to you, and so I get it. It's good advice.
When you smother a child, what do? They run away screaming.
Mm-hmm. Jerry, thank you for calling. Thank you for caring about Kenny. Not many people do.
Sure,
I do.
Kenny.
I care.
I care.
So I understand why
Thanks,
you called.
Jerry.
Jerry, thank you for listening to our show and being brave enough to call.
Like I said, I listen to you every day when I'm swimming, and it's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you for that. What are you swimming in? Puddle?
I swim in a swimming pool.
Oh, a swimming pool.
All right,
Okay, well,
you live in Florida. It could have been the ocean.
it could have been the ocean.
Yeah.
This is true.
As an expert on beaches and all things Florida, what's better, the ocean or the pool? Solve it for us.
Personally, I only swim in a pool because I kind of like not thinking about what might be swimming with me.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, I understand.
But as far as the beauty of the cleansing of the ocean, nothing can top it.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Here's the thing, Jerry, though. You living in Florida, I too am a Florida girl. Sometimes the gators like to get in the pool. So you might have stuff swimming with you in the pool, too. You got to double check.
All the gators, I live in a condo, and all the gators are in the marina. And we can tell when the gators are not in the marina because all the pelicans come back to go fishing.
That's awesome. So
Yeah,
you know the drill.
I love it.
Hey, Jerry, we love you. Have a great day.
Love you too. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
She said I love you back. She loves
did.
us.
That was nice.
Hi, everybody. This is Adriana Trajani. I'm the host of You Are What You Read, a podcast about the books that built our souls. I have the privilege of interviewing luminaries of our times about the books that shaped them from childhood until now. Don't miss it. We get everybody from Sarah Jessica Parker to Kristen Hanna to Jhumpa Lahiri, Susie Essman, Rainn Wilson, Amor Tolls. You name it, they come, they talk, they share. You can join us on Instagram for more behind-the-scenes content and giveaways at You Are What You Read Podcast and at Adriana Trajani. New episodes of You Are What You Read drop every Tuesday on Apple, Spotify, or any major streaming platform wherever you listen to your podcasts.
I'm Erica, 1/3 of the podcast Books and Betches, a comedy book podcast where we swear, spoil, and we talk about...
Whoa, you cannot say that in this.
What do you mean? That's like our slogan. It's our gimmick.
It is, but just say we're a very funny adult book podcast. How about we just give some examples of things we talk about?
Well, there's a lot of chaos.
I'm Kristen, and with me I have...
No. We talk about books, but we're not your AP Lit class.
I definitely hit on the major points.
You absolutely did not.
She did.
You talked
Just
about...
not in the order you thought she would.
You talked so slowly about one thing.
A lot of sidebar conversations.
I
Are you denying the existence of chupacabras?
You know, Erica, yes, I am.
And we don't always get the facts right.
Epilogues don't belong in books. Call it chapter 1.
That's a
the
prologue.
The second I see...
That's a prologue.
Oh, I'm talking about prologues.
You can listen to new episodes of the Books and Betches podcast every Tuesday morning, anywhere you get your podcasts.
Bye-bye.
This is the TJ Show, and this has been happening more and more. Do you guys get an incessant amount of spam texts?
I don't get it as much as I used to.
Because there's this new breed of spam texts that I actually think is unfair to humanity. Like, it's really gross what's happening. And I've seen this a number of times, and it actually makes me particularly uncomfortable. So I got a message again yesterday, and it said, "Hi, I'm Diane," with a heart.
Uh-oh.
You open it up, and you see that it's like because I have a friend who has that name.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, maybe she changed her number.
Yeah.
I opened it up. It's a woman I've never seen before, a picture, and, she's looking good in the picture.
Uh-huh.
And I opened this up, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, it's one of these things. It's somebody baiting whoever it is. I'm sure they send out a bunch of spam bots or who knows. And they're trying to get you to interact, and then, of course, they want to steal your money or whatever it is. But what bothers me so much about this particular type of bait is that, first of all, my wife was in a relationship where she was betrayed completely. And just knowing that I'm on my computer and I open that up and she sees that, even if she knows, which she does know, that I would never betray her.
Right.
Just the fact that she has to feel something maybe that pops up. that's unfair. You know, like, I couldn't imagine. Thank God we have a stable relationship and we trust each other. But how many people can say that where they really trust their spouse? And does that cause some mess in their family? Or maybe somebody once cheated and now they no longer do it. And then all of a sudden that text pops up on the phone. Does that cause a fight? Like, it's really getting into our lives.
Yeah, it really is. I don't get as many spam text messages as I used to because I hit a lot of like block and report and I delete them.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But the one that you're talking about, I've never received that one, but I have heard about it. I have a friend of mine. She received one. Actually, when I used to work with her. And she got this text message, and she's so kind because the text message said, "Hey, it was great hanging out with you last night." And there was a photo of a lady, of her face. And my friend responds back, "Oh, girl, I'm so sorry, but he gave you the wrong number. Like, you deserve so much better than this. You'll find somebody who's amazing." And because it's spam, the next response that my friend received was a nude photo of this person.
Oh, wow.
And she felt so violated, and she started realizing, oh, this is spam. This is happening to a lot of people from, people who are in healthy relationships, from men to women, to even like teens who have phones.
Yeah. No, J-Bo, it's so beyond just an email that says, hey, click here for your Amazon order.
Right.
I mean, that's its own version of horrible.
Yes.
But does this get into the depths of people's personal situations and their hearts? It's really evil.
It is very evil.
I've been pretty suspicious of this kind of thing, but I tend to get legitimate wrong number texts. Like, I got this one recently. "Hi, Tiffany. I'm planning a trip to you next month." I answer, "Who's this?" "I'm Evelyn." And then I reply, "This is not Tiffany, but we can still be friends."
Weird.
Super weird. Mad
So
cringe.
is Kenny the baiter?
He's mad cringe,
No,
yeah.
I'm just starting a conversation with this woman. "Sorry, I got the numbers wrong. Hope I'm not disturbing you." I said, "No worries. Nice to meet you this way. Hope you have a great day and find Tiffany." And then she said, "You sound friendly. There are too many rude people nowadays. You are precious."
Who has time for this stuff?
This was fun.
Now you bring that up, Kenny. I got a text message from a doctor thinking he texts another doctor about a patient they're both working on. And so I text this doctor back and I say, "Hey, I'm so sorry you got the wrong number, but I'll be praying for the patient, blah, blah, blah." And the doctor responded, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "It's fine." A week later, I reached out to that same number, the doctor who texted me, and I was like, "Hey, how's patient so-and-so?" And he's like, "Oh, full recovery. He's doing great." And I'm like, "Awesome."
Leave it to J-Bo to make friends with random texters. Is it possible that the $1 bill you have in your pocket is actually worth $150,000?
Let me check real quick.
I saw this headline. I've always been fascinated by stories like this. Collectors may be willing to pay up to that much money if you have two $1 bills with the same error. This is according to wealthynickel.com.
What's the error?
Well, apparently there were two batches of $1 bills. They were printed in 2014 and 2016, and there's a specific error. You can Google what that is. It's this detailed thing.
It has to do with the serial number, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they went into circulation before it was noticed. It's funny that this happens. You would think this would be so buttoned up, this would never happen, but you hear these very valuable pennies and nickels. Oftentimes it's an error. The first batch was issued in New York, and the second in Washington, D.C. There was a total of 6.4 million of these bills printed up, which sounds like a lot, just kind of floating around everywhere.
Sounds like a huge mistake.
And this is weird because only 9 of these extremely rare pairs have been matched, leaving millions of these special $1 bills out there. Well, could this be something we all unify about? Can we all look at our bills, and if we each have one, can we come together and split the difference?
Somebody's grandma's handing out dollar bills and doesn't even know it.
Right.
With the wrong serial numbers on
We
them.
have to rob the Tooth Fairy.
Oh,
No.
not the Tooth Fairy.
No. So check that out. And if you've got one of those bills from 2014 or 16, who knows? Maybe there's something there.
It's amazing that dollar bills are going to be worth more than $2 bills. Because I have a couple of $2 bills and I thought they're worth something. They're not worth nothing.
Well, the $2 bill situation is complex because if you get uncirculated $2 bills from 1917, they could be worth about $1,000 according to this U.S. currency auction estimate.
Okay, so I got to check my $2 bills then.
Yeah, I mean, there's weird things with money when you start looking into it. There are collectors who want rare bills, rare coins. I know when I read about this all the time. Apparently, from 2003, there were certain $2 bills that are worth a lot of money. And what's so interesting about it, and how dumb, I wish I would have saved them, but I had a friend who would specifically go into the bank and buy stacks of $2 bills. He would exchange money, and he'd get like a stack of 100 of them.
What?
And I would buy them off of him, and these were printed brand new. They were totally mint condition.
$2 bill dealer, huh?
And the only reason why we would do it is because every time we would use it in a store, it would put the cashier in the awkward position of not knowing what to do, and we just got a kick out of that. So his name was Scotty. Scotty and I would go in, and we would like exchange stories at work the next day and be like, "Oh
funny.
yeah, this guy at the convenience shop, he was like, is this even money?" And we're like, "Yeah, it is.
It's legit,
You gotta take it." I don't even know why we were
and then he pulls out the green pen. The guy at the register pulls out the green pen to make sure it's real.
It always created some sort of controversy, and we loved it. Had we just kept them in our pocket, I mean, I used to buy them like stacks of 50. I'd give them $100.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
I would just have a blast for like a
It's
month.
stressful as a cashier.
Yeah, and those were all 2003. I bet some of those people are probably loaded.
Let me tell you, I pulled up to my apartment, this is a couple years back, and I saw there was two $2 bills in the parking space that I parked in. And I looked around because I was like, okay, what's going on? I was super paranoid. I picked up the $2 bills, and they're legit, totally legit. So I went inside, texted my upstairs neighbor, and I said, hey, did you drop $2 bills? And they're like, no, that's not ours. And I was so paranoid to the point I thought I was being marked. So I told them, I said, okay, well, if I go missing, then that means I was marked. So, you call the police. And she's like, okay, we'll take care of the cat too. I'm like, forget the cat, call the police.
See how
I've been marked.
See how freaked out people get with $2 bills?
Yes.
This is why I was doing what I was doing. Man, I don't generally care about sports, but I am following this story because it involves my friends, J-Bo.
Right. You're not following the actual competition of the teams. You're following the competition of your friends.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that the 76ers won last night until I saw Kenny today. You know, this is so fun because over the weekend, it was Josh's birthday, and Kenny sent a taunting message to him after the 76ers lost. Now, Josh is a big 76ers fan.
Right.
Kenny is a lifelong Knicks fan. So they're in this. It just happened to work out this way in our office. And this is the message. You may remember, I played this the other day.
Hey, Josh, it looks like the Sixers forgot your birthday this year.
Just incessant laughter.
Well, you know who else didn't realize the Sixers won last night? Camera guy Josh. He turned off the game. He didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
What kind of fan is he?
How do you feel that you're very prideful or very...
He's gloating for sure.
Yeah, and it must feel like it's got to hurt and sting a little more when they lose a game like last night.
It does, especially because I'm going to take the blame for this one. I think I willed the game to go into overtime.
How'd you do it?
Because I commented to my girlfriend Allison during the game because there were several lead changes that I said, watch, this game's going to go into overtime. And the Sixers made a thrilling comeback with seconds left in the fourth quarter, sent the game to overtime, and won the game, sending the series back to Philly.
You know how basketball works, J-Bo. Look what Kenny did.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
Yeah.
It's everything that happened last night.
Yeah, he willed it because he said something. Yeah, that's how basketball works.
There's superstition, and yes, the fans do play a very key role. So I would like to apologize.
Maybe the fans in the stadium.
Hold on, someone wants to say something to you, Kenny.
Yeah. How does it taste, Kenny? Because I've had to eat some of my words before, and it doesn't taste so great. I'm assuming that laugh doesn't taste so great now, huh?
You know, there's a fine line between tragedy and comedy. And,
Now, Josh, did you send a message like this to Kenny last night?
No, I didn't do that. I'm far above that, and I would never do such a thing.
You gave up on your team.
I knew what my team needed, and I gave it to them.
Wait, what do you mean? You didn't even watch the game last night?
Well, I watched to a certain point, and they were underperforming. And so as I was upset, I turned the television off to help them perform better because they knew they needed to win me back. And
so
that's what led them to victory.
You willed them to win.
See,
Josh didn't want to send bad
that.
vibes that way. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to send bad vibes.
Josh's vibes work. My vibes have no impact on the game.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Kenny, I really hope the Sixers win now. I'm looking forward to seeing. Now I'm going to start watching the game.
Okay.
I'm just impressed the Sixers made a comeback. It was a 3-1 lead for the Sixers to come back. Good for them.
And I was born in the New York area, so let me tell you, I'm more concerned about what happened.
I'll give you $20 if you actually watch the next game.
No,
$50. I'll give you $50.
No, I'm not
going to
watch it for $50.
There's no amount of money that you would take to watch a video.
If you paid me $1,000, I'd probably sit through the full game.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that.
All right, Kenny.
No, that's my price tag. Anyway, congratulations, Josh. Very well done.
Thank you.
Sorry you didn't see it for yourself last night, but there's always, when's the next game?
Tomorrow night.
There you go. Oh, tomorrow night. This is the TJ Show.
Ever notice that how you feel affects your food choices and that what you eat affects how you feel throughout the day? Well, researchers noticed it too, and now there's cutting-edge science about how food affects our emotional well-being. I'm food and science journalist Mary Beth Albright, and in my weekly podcast, Eat, You'll Feel Better, I look at practical, realistic ways to put the science of eating for emotional well-being into action. And, this is important, without lapsing into negative diet culture messages that can really ruin anyone's emotional well-being. We talk about things like how the food in your gut sends messages directly to your brain. And we also celebrate something that I personally find often missing from food health news, and that's leaning into pleasure. Because food is delicious, and it's not just about what we eat. Emotional well-being is also about how we eat. So join me every week on Eat, You'll Feel Better, where we use science to improve mood through food.
This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds a whole lot different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. What's happening on the planet today, Kenny?
Well, you may remember late last year, Amazon announced that it would start including ads by default to its Prime Video service, and that went into effect in January of this year. Before that, you wouldn't see ads if you were a Prime subscriber. But now, if you want to get rid of the ads, you have to pay $2.99 extra a month.
So you got to be Prime Plus.
Prime Plus, essentially, J-Bo. But it turns out a pretty good business decision for Amazon, which just announced earnings saying that the company generated $11.8 billion in the first quarter of this year in advertising revenue alone, far exceeding analysts' expectations.
I mean, I'll add it to the list. The reasons why I love radio. Sure, there are some ads, right, with awesome advertisers.
Yeah, but it's free otherwise,
But it's free. Yeah. You know, we're not saying like Radio Plus, which still has ads.
Yeah.
Does it have ads in the Plus, or you want to get rid of what is that? I'm so confused with all the different tiers.
So, yeah, if you're willing to pay an extra $2.99 a month, you would be ad-free.
Got it. Okay.
We complain about how, like, Netflix now is charging more for this, and Amazon and Disney, but yet we keep paying it.
I know.
Which means these businesses are not going to stop doing it.
They're making bank.
Well, I will say that this announcement kind of turned me off to Amazon at first, but there have been these shows that have been released that a lot of people are talking about, so I don't know. They might get me.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Amazon. I love them because they saved me on Monday. Oh, man, my wife told me she needed a puppy crate for our new puppy, and I forgot about it because she had to go somewhere with that puppy, and Amazon showed up just about 10 hours later. It was at the front door. Oh, I got it covered, Jess. Don't worry. It's going to be in the... A little small, not going to last her a long time, but it was the only one that would deliver overnight. That would have been a huge fight. So I'll watch their ads all day long, at least for today, till I'm mad at them again.
Okay.
Kenny, what else do you have?
Taylor Swift has added a few new records to her resume after the release of her new 31-track album, The Tortured Poets Department. It is now #1 on the Billboard 200 charts, which ties Taylor Swift with Jay-Z for the second most #1 albums on that chart at 14. Only the Beatles have more with 19.
Wow.
That's fun for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, and she's sold a whole bunch, obviously, 2.6 million equivalent album units in the U.S. And what's interesting is a lot of it's been vinyl. People buying vinyl of this album, 859,000 units sold. That's the highest number of vinyl sales in modern history.
That's pretty cool. I'm
telling
you.
Vinyl sales have been up for the longest.
Yeah, I love it. I used to have a record player. I gave it away to my niece, and now I want one again. I was like, man, I wish I didn't give that away. But I'm working on it. I'm going to get one, and there's something about it. I was over at a friend's house. He put on some vinyl, and it was peaceful. It was super cool. I loved it. Yes, producer Heather.
I was in a record store this weekend and I saw she has 4 different cover albums for different vinyl. So I'm assuming people who really love Taylor, Swifties, they're buying all 4 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so like 8 people bought them.
Or
all
sometimes
4.
they're like a different color or something, you know?
Yeah, that's fun.
Now, another thing, by just Monday afternoon, she'd broken another record with 14 tracks. She owns the top 14 spots on the Billboard Hot 100 hits chart. So the top 14 are all tracks from this latest album. She was the only artist ever to monopolize the top 10 with her last album, Midnights, in 2022. So she broke her own record.
Hey, that's impressive. People were sharing some negative thoughts about this latest album. We saw some negative reviews and headlines. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's still record-breaking.
Yeah, she said, "My mind is blown. I'm completely floored by the love you've shown this album. Thank you for listening, streaming, and welcoming tortured poets into your life, feeling completely overwhelmed." She posted that on
Is that
X.
something she just says, or like, is her mind really blown? Because I mean, she's been killing it for the longest. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. She keeps
Every
topping
album.
herself.
Exactly. Yeah, the ceiling is just non-existent for her.
Kenny, what else do you have?
Well, here's another record, perhaps more important or less important, depending on who you are. But a miniature horse in South Carolina has broke the world record for the longest tail on a miniature horse. This horse has a tail that measures 5 feet, 11.26 inches.
Hey, that's cool.
Well, it's got to be annoying, Jabo. Think about what the horse is going through. It probably wants its tail to get cut, right? It's hair.
Well, the owner ties the tail up for the horse so it's not dragging on the ground, and also shampoos and conditions it twice a year, which is apparently a lot.
That horse has to look at the owner and go, "What are you doing with this long tail? Just
let it
chop
flow.
it off. Give me a haircut. Give me a tail cut."
Let it flow in the wind.
The horse's name is Sweetie, and interesting, the owner got the horse because she brought it in to comfort other horses she owns after the death of one of their horse friends. So they use these miniature horses to comfort other horses.
Yeah, the other horses are making fun of this thing.
Makes them feel better?
Oh, yeah, they're looking at it. Look, what is this lady on? Yeah, I know, she's on my tail again.
No, the other horses are jealous.
Really?
Yeah, you see somebody with really long, beautiful hair, you're like, oh man, that's nice. That's what the horses are thinking.
No, it just seems like it's complicated. Well, I guess we don't know what the horses are thinking.
No.
Kenny, thank you for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
Is that horse running in the Kentucky Derby? Is that a no?
No, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Nay.
There you go. Kenny, what else do you have?
A new poll is claiming that allergy seasons have been so bad in recent years that many allergy sufferers refuse to even go outside.
Yeah, it's my mom. She won't go in the grass.
Man, that's horrible.
I don't want to stir anything up.
Yeah, you're like a prisoner in your own home.
It's funny that you say that, J-Bo, because the study's authors put it that these people are trapped in a pollen prison. The study polled 2,000 adults in the U.S., half of whom have seasonal allergies. The results show that allergies have prevented 49% of respondents from spending time outdoors within the past year, and 56% say that having allergies or even knowing someone who has allergies has diminished their enjoyment of outdoor events.
I'm not a doctor, but I've noticed over the years, whenever I've moved to a new area, I've really suffered from the outdoors, and like my whole face gets all messed up and I hate it. And I just use nasal saline spray, and then I start eating local honey. And I don't know, I'm fine now. I don't know, it keeps working. I don't know why.
I just keep taking Benadryl.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably don't have what everyone else has, but I do know I definitely suffer and I hate that feeling.
I don't know exactly what your deal is. I know that I suffer from pretty bad allergies, whether it's seasonal outdoor allergies or even more so with animals.
You ever use that saline spray?
I have.
You like it?
I do like it.
Isn't it wonderful?
As a matter of fact, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
when
it's
you
good.
get stuffed up, when you start feeling dry, it really does numbers for you. And then I also found that taking daily medicine, as J-Bo mentioned, does the trick for me a lot of times. But this study gets into some really interesting points. For instance, 75% of sufferers state that their symptoms affect their ability to perform at their best. And 61% report that allergies hinder their ability to even think clearly.
Well, I know I get seasonal asthma. So instead of the watery, itchy eyes, it starts to affect my breathing. Then I got to walk around with an inhaler, man. Because that's cool.
Can I get a hit off of that?
Nah, you don't want the hit.
No?
Nah,
All right,
I pay too much for that inhaler.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. Kenny, what else do you have?
So many people claim to hate the sound of their own voice when they hear it back, either watching a video or listening to some kind of recording of their voice. And That's a perfectly natural feeling. A new article published in The Mirror explains why people generally hate the sound of their own voice.
Why is it?
Well, it's because when you're listening to yourself talk naturally, not only are you getting audio waves through your ears, but you're also hearing sound through the vibration of your bones and through your body. And when that audio is played back, either in a video or an other type of recording, you're only hearing it through your ears the way other people hear it. So it's at a higher frequency and it sounds different than it does to you.
So it's a lower frequency when you hear it, when you hear yourself speak because of your bones and your ears. Yeah.
So bones, the best surround system there is.
They did an interesting study a while back. They took a group of participants and asked them to rate the attractiveness of several different voice recordings, and they secretly included that person's voice in that group, and most of them couldn't recognize their own voice, and they actually rated their voices much higher because they didn't realize it was them
That's
talking.
funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we're way too used to it. We're spoiled. We
With
hear
these
our voice.
headphones,
Yeah, all the
I
time.
still don't like to hear my own voice, though.
Yeah, well, I like hearing it, so keep talking,
well.
J-Bo. Talk to me.
Hey. Hello, TJ.
Kenny, what else do you have?
You know, most times when a baseball game gets delayed, it's because of the weather. But last night, the LA Dodgers and Arizona Diamondbacks game was delayed for a different reason: bees.
Really? Now, is
Yeah,
this one of
those
these stadiums that has like a bee experiment happening on the roof? I think of Fenway Park.
Yeah, they
that's
have
got
the farm.
the garden. Or was this just a random attack?
No, this was a random attack, I suppose, called a swarm, a bee swarm. They're common in Arizona, especially.
You got to be kidding me.
This time of year. The game was delayed more than 2 hours. Because of this problem, the bees were attracted to the protective netting behind home plate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they think it's like a little place to build a nest or something?
Maybe that would be an optimal area to start building a nest. Either way, they were there. Now, bees have delayed spring training games in Arizona in the past, but I think this is the first time we've seen this in the major leagues. So the Diamondbacks had to call in a reliever of sorts, Matt Hilton from a local pest control company. He was at his son's T-ball game when he got the call about 45 minutes away from the stadium.
Can you imagine getting that phone call? It's the Diamondbacks. We need you. What? Me?
You probably think it was a joke.
Yeah. T-ball coach? They're calling me in?
Right.
It's funny. He said it was like going from the minors to the big leagues.
Hey.
And he got to the field in his beekeeper's outfit, if you will. The crowd erupted in cheers. And when he started spraying the bees to stun them, and then he sucked them up with a shop vac, the stadium had Bonnie Tyler's Holding Out for a Hero playing in the background while
How
he
beautiful.
was doing all of this. The crowd loved him. The game did go on, and he actually threw out the first pitch because he was the hero of the day.
See, we need this at more baseball games. That's so fun. Who wouldn't want to be there for that?
We should bring bees on purpose.
Yeah.
Sorry if you had to endure my horrible dad jokes just now.
I just kind of made one on the sly. Mm-hmm. How much we'd like to be there. Wasn't intentional. Kenny, what else do you have?
It's being reported that the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, or DEA, will move to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug.
Oh, is it less dangerous?
That's what they say. The office is citing the medical uses of cannabis and is acknowledging that it has less potential for abuse than some of the nation's more dangerous drugs like heroin or LSD. At this point in time, marijuana's Schedule 1 narcotic. This move would move it to Schedule 3, which would put it in the same category as ketamine and other drugs that are also used for medicinal purposes.
Well, if this is going to be happening, I hope that people who have been convicted of carrying marijuana or whatever marijuana charges, I hope those convictions the sentence gets lessened, because there's some people that are incarcerated serving like 30, 40 years, a murder sentence for marijuana charges, which is insane.
Well, I suppose if the laws change, then yeah.
And I think that's the motivation behind a lot of these laws changing. A recent poll found that 70% of adults support legalization of marijuana.
Are you one of them, Kenny?
Yes, indeed. 38 states have legalized medical marijuana and 24 states have legalized recreational use. But meanwhile, it is still considered illegal in the eyes of the federal government.
Yeah, I stay away from it. I know myself too well. If I get started with that, I won't stop.
Yeah, I have an addictive personality.
Yeah. Anything has potential for abuse. So
course.
you have to be careful and responsible, of course.
Uncle Kenny, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
And safe. Kenny brought something up on the radio around this time yesterday. I think you were offended in a way.
Well, our friend Scotty, who we work with, sent me a video via DM on Instagram, and it was guys talking about this study on men's mating success and how it has a lot to do with their muscularity.
So Scotty, who works out incessantly, 2 times a day at the gym, runs miles a day, he just sent that to you and said, hey, you might be interested in this.
He didn't say anything. He
soft
just
guy.
Sent me the video. So, of course, why is he sending me this? I'm in a year-long happy relationship. I just moved in with my girlfriend. Who else did he send this video to?
I said, well, let's just get Scotty on the show to find out why he sent it to you, of all people. Hey, Scotty, you there?
I am here.
He lights a fuse. I think he's got like a fuse every day, and he just goes the whole day like a rocket. And I think it's partly because you work out so much.
It's, you know what? It makes me feel good. It's my therapy.
I love that about Scotty. Now, question, the elephant in the room. Why did you send Kenny, who doesn't work out very much, this video about his mating success?
Well, here's the thing is, Kenny does a really good impression of me. And I figured, given that he does that and given my motivation to work out, I thought it was relevant data. And listen, here's the other thing.
Wait, were you hinting at all to Kenny that he needs to get in the gym more?
Maybe it wasn't a hint. Maybe it was more of a suggestion, a nudge, something along those lines.
So you're looking out for your bro.
A gentle push.
I am. Listen, I want you guys to be happy, healthy. TJ, I know you're working out. Come on, Kenny. You got to drag yourself to the gym, man.
Well, if it's coming up from a place of concern for my health, I appreciate that, Scotty. But like at the end of the video, the guys talk about how nobody hits on the girl with the jacked guy at the bar. So like, are you warning me? Are you thinking maybe someone's going to steal my girlfriend away unless I get to the gym?
Like I said, I'm looking out for you. You start working out, you're claiming your territory. You're going to keep everybody away. Listen, I'm looking out for you, my brother.
Okay, you know what, Scotty, I like that you are brave enough to see something and you say something. You've taken a look at Kenny and you wanted to share some information that might help him, get to a better place.
But also, Kenny does impersonate Scotty, and Scotty, you work out a lot. So this can be a form of method acting, Kenny. You can get into the gym so you can be more like Scotty when you impersonate him.
Jimbo, you're absolutely right. I think the impression would be much better if my muscles were 50 inches longer.
And here's the thing. This is relevant data for the listening audience. And you know what? I think the women who listen are going to find this just as interesting as the guys. And there literally was a study. It's called the Lindbergh study. It was done in 2022. And the absolute conclusion of the study, and I'm going to read the actual conclusion. I'm looking at it right now. Ultimately, Lindbergh et al.'s analysis suggests that across different cultural contexts, only strength and muscularity truly do seem to matter for men's mating and reproduction. And the conclusion of this thing is basically, listen, the more muscular you are, the better you're going to do with women. I know it's Captain Obvious, but there you go.
Well, there's Scotty.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Mr. Muscles himself saying guys with muscles are hotter than everyone else. Kid, thank you. Scotty, it looks like we're all on the same page. Love you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Scotty.
Love you, Scotty.
Oh, he didn't say love you back.
He just hung up.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Oh, hey!